What is this? What is there to pick up a glass? I stretched out my arm and aimed for it. Who? Who is calling my phone? You know who is calling my phone? You know? It is that woman and her children. They'd better get used to it that I will never pick. I love who I am. But whatever I am, I do not know. But remind me this, that by the end of this, I will be dragged out of here by some men in black. No, they won't come with guns. But they'll pull me out anyway. However my fate ends, I remain glad that I saved my family. I saved them from the dungeon of life. I remember that night when I heard a loud scream. It came from my mother's room, so I rushed to check. It was my father. He was constantly hitting my mother because she allowed a thief steal all the money she had earned. 10 years old me. I watched my mom cry like a child. And my father continued yelling. Do you know what money can do for an individual? Do you know how humiliated we will be if we remain poor? Do you know that money commands respect? This was all I could hear him say. I vowed from that day to make money, whatever it takes. I went out the next day and stole a man's wallet full of cash. He didn't chase after me. He just watched me run away. Since then, I had believed I could get away with anything, or so I thought. After several years of indulging in theft, I was still down in the abyss of suffering. I met a man who said to me, "Do you want to earn better than you do now?" That question struck me, and I went for it. A huge opportunity to pounce on and live the life I always dreamed of. I was happy my family will never be poor again. I was glad that the respect we demanded would be given to us. Until I stepped out one day, after I had elevated my family from the trenches. I heard a loud gunshot, and people started running towards my direction, all screaming, "Your mother has been shot by a police officer for refusing arrest." Those words kept resounding in my head until I got to the scene. And no one was there except my lifeless mother. I cried until some men came and took me and my mother away from that place. When I got home, I questioned everyone who knew about it. But my life never remained the same. To avenge my mother, I killed the policeman who pulled the trigger and took all his money. I felt satisfied until his wife and children started begging me to plead guilty for theft and murder. How come the phone never dies? Well, it's high again. I am aware I started this course to provide and protect for my family. But look, it's doomsday. They are here for me. I told you to remind me. Somehow, somewhere, we have to pay for the crimes we commit. But you, don't ever be a fraudster. For if I had not been so greedy and listened to that man who introduced me to fraudulent activities, I won't lose my mother and I won't kill an officer. Well, it's time to pay. So, I must go to them.